Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Anna obtains new evidence pointing to, spoiler, as Cyrus killer. Today on General Hospital, Sonny expresses his support for Laura, Alexis discovers who killed Sam and why, and Brooklyn informs her mother that she told Chase about her pregnancy. Brooklyn informs her mother at the Quartermaine mansion that she has notified Chase about her pregnancy. Lois wonders what prompted her decide to tell him. Brooklyn tells her about their wonderful night, and her husband is so open and honest about how he feels he is depriving her of the experience of having a baby. She had to be honest with him even if it meant losing him. Brooklyn claims Chase was quite accepting, but she did not inform him that Dante was the father. She knew it would kill him, and he'd have to conceal the truth from Dante. Lois agrees, but does not tell him that part was the correct choice. Brooklyn believes she can put the past behind her now. Rick and Ava hit the sheets. Ava and Rick wake up in the same bed. He claims it's a new day. She agrees and feels relieved that the custody trial is behind her. Rick gets dressed and considers how Sonny isn't someone who settles, he battles. So he wonders what happened to him. Ava is unaware that their trial preparation was not in vain. They kiss. The Davis women discover the truth. Dante, Christina, and Molly visit Alexis at her office. Dante informs them that they know who killed Sam, and it was Cyrus. Alexis asks, now we need to know why. Dante tells that Cyrus attacked Liz and Lucky, and she got him talking. Cyrus believed he was fulfilling God's will by relieving patients' misery. The Davis women question why Sam. Dante describes how Cyrus regarded Sam as interfering with the divine destiny for Lulu. Alexis requests that Dante inform her that the monster has been arrested. Dante informs them that they do not know where Cyrus is, regrettably. Laura and Martin discuss their brother at the hospital. Laura expresses gratitude to Felicia for all she has done for her family. Felicia is aware that her family has been on a roller coaster recently. Laura wishes she had never crossed paths with Cyrus. Suddenly, Martin appears. Felicia departs, leaving Laura and Martin to their conversation. Martin inquires about Lucky, and she informs him that he is stable and expected to recover completely. He apologizes for taking so long to arrive, but the PCPD was at his house this morning. He discovered what their brother did, and now he's missing. Martin had no idea how he could do such a thing to his own nephew. Laura reveals that he attempted to kill Lulu more than once. Martin feels ill and blames himself. He wanted to think that Cyrus had changed. His religious epiphany was real. Laura says it was. Laura explains that Lulu was one of Cyrus' first victims. He spent months visiting her and injecting her with medications, causing her liver to fail. She should have barred him, but she wanted to believe he was doing a good job. Cyrus nearly killed both her children. She goes on to say that Cyrus killed many patients at Turning Woods, including Sam McCall and Dex Heller. Martin wishes he could have witnessed it, especially because his brother was so furious over being forbidden from GH, but Laura says they both wanted to see the best in him. According to her, Cyrus stated he was on a God-given mission to free captive souls. Martin recalls a fight with Cyrus over his mother's care, and Cyrus wanted to relieve her misery, but he refused. He believes Cyrus shifted his objective from his mother to others, which will kill his mother. He writes that things worsened when he filed a complaint against Jason with the PCPD for threatening Cyrus in public, and it turns out that Cyrus was the monster. Laura warns that if they don't find Cyrus, they are all in danger. Martin hates to say this about his own brother, but perhaps if Jason took care of him, they would all be better off. Anna has a theory at the station. Anna phones someone and leaves a message requesting that they come to the station, and they know what it is about. Chase inquires whether she has a lead on Cyrus. She simply says one thing to Jason. Chase asks if she has any evidence, but she doesn't. The absence of evidence is disconcerting, and the fact that the cabin was so clean led her to believe it was Jason. Chase recalls Martin saying Jason threatened that no one would locate his body, therefore Jason's actions are risky. Anna would typically agree, but his kid is present. She said the cabin was pristine and looked like it had been professionally cleaned. Jason declares his innocence at Bobby's. Jason meets with Sunny. Sunny asks delicately if he was involved in Cyrus's death. Jason claims that if someone killed Cyrus, it was not him. He pondered taking Cyrus out, but he needs to consider what is best for Danny right now. Trina comes to speak with Joss, whom she has not heard from since last night. Joss says she lost her phone yesterday night and hasn't had a chance to replace it. Trina thinks something is wrong and wonders what happened last night. Joss alleges she went to Dex's house and looked through old photos of them. She became agitated and hurled the phone against the wall, breaking it. Trina realizes she should have stayed at home with her, but Joss claims she's okay. Joss asks about Kai and her date. She claims it was absolutely fine, and now that she knows Joss is fine, she's going to Ava's. Gio arrives and talks with Joss. He's waiting to get a snack with Sunny, but he's currently talking to Jason. He takes this opportunity to apologize for Emma's actions last night. Joss claims she and Emma have a strange past, yet she has been handing out flyers. Gio thanks her and will inform Emma. Sunny summons Gio, and Jason heads to the counter. Joss tells Jason she needs help but wants to talk in private. Jason's phone rings, and it's Anna, who says she needs him at the station right now. Joss says her thing can wait, and he promises to catch her later. Sunny tells Gio that he spoke with Lois, who discussed the music program's trip to visit the Chicago Orchestra. He hands him an envelope to pay for the trip. Gio refuses to accept it after everything Sunny has done for him, but Sunny insists. Sunny says he has to depart, and they say their goodbyes. Trina gushes to Ava when Trina arrives at Ava's. She realizes she is on cloud 9. Trina tells her about her lovely date with Kai, but she also feels horrible for Joss, who has lost Dex. She is still heartbroken, as she was for Spencer. Ava notices she's speaking about her pain in the past tense. Kai defends Trina and meets with his friend Quinn at the surf lodge. He thanks him for arranging tickets to the Savoy, but it turns out they can get in at any time because Trina's father owns the establishment. Quinn can't believe he accepted Trina, and he expected Trina to avoid him after he called her out for distracting Kai and causing his injuries. Kai tells Quinn that he had been playing the finest games of his life until that final game, and that his mishap was nothing more than that. Quinn says Kai sounds like someone else and doesn't appear to care about football or the team. Quinn notices that Kai hasn't been himself since hanging out with Trina. Kai says he still loves the team and football, but this injury has made him realize he needs to consider other options. He claims that if it weren't for Trina, he would have lost his mind during the last 2 weeks. He tells Quinn not to contact Trina again on his behalf. Back at Ava's, Trina informs her buddy that she isn't ready for anything serious with Kai yet. Her phone rings, and she brightens when she realizes it's Kai. Trina responds, and Kai asks if she is free since he has something he wants to show her. Sunny and Laura reconnect. Sunny arrives at the hospital and notices Laura sitting alone. He asks if she would like company, and she invites him to sit. He thought it would be a good time to stop by and check on her and Lucky. Sunny observes that Lucky is a warrior, drawing strength from her and stubbornness from both of his parents. Laura believes Luke would be pleased they were together for Lucky. Sunny vows he will always be there for Lucky and her. The evidence points to Jason in the PCPD interrogation room. Anna questions Jason about why he removed Cyrus after everything they discussed last night. Jason claims he didn't. He reveals that when he left here yesterday night, he went to Sam's grave before heading to meet Drew. He intended to take Cyrus out, but Alexis and Sasha urged him not to, and she asked as a favor. Jason questions why she assumed it was him. She explains that they discovered a cabin where Cyrus was hiding, and there was no proof left. The cabin is clean. She wonders if Cyrus was never there. Jason observes that since the area was so clean, it appears that Cyrus was murdered and the evidence was removed. Anna inquires, if not you, who? Dante returns to the station, where he and Chase receive the forensics report on the cabin. Chase enters the interrogation room and reports that just 2 hairs were recovered in the cabin, and they are Jason's. Back at the Quartermaines, Brooke Lynn informs her mother that Chase has promised to help her find her son if she wishes. Just suddenly, Gio enters. He informs Lois that Sonny provided him with the funds for the Chicago trip, and he expresses his gratitude for their assistance. They are more than just cousins for him. Brooklyn tells Gio that he deserves the best, and the two embrace. Lois appears apprehensive. Rick arrives at Alexis' office to drop off an envelope for Diane. He sees something wrong with Alexis and refuses to go until he tells him. She informs him that Cyrus killed her daughter. Rick apologizes, and they embrace. Molly and Christina arrive at Bobby's to enjoy a drink. Christina believes the system has failed them and their kid, nearly destroying their relationship. Molly mentions that they had something to do with the latter segment. Christina claims that the system also failed Sam and that even if Cyrus is brought in, the system may not function properly. It did not work for Ava after all. Christina declines a drink and walks away. Drew threatens Nina in the next General Hospital episode to get on board or she would lose Willow. Kai brings Trina to the art gallery. She tells him, "See what happens when you take a chance." Jordan tells Portia she's having trouble believing the news herself. Selena assures Brad that his obligation will be paid, one way or another. Carly tells Brennan, if this is some kind of fling, it has to stop. Jason tells Anna that he has never gone to Cyrus' cabin and can prove it. GH spoilers for Tuesday, February 25th, Taking Chances, Confronting Spies, and Walls Closing In. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Tuesday, February 25th include Taking Chances, Facing Spies, and Walls Closing In. Kai Taylor makes a risk, Carly Spencer encounters a spy, and the walls are closing in on Jason Morgan. Drew Quartermain is annoyed by Nina Reeves' presence at his residence. He tells her she needs to get on board or she will lose Willow Corinthos. Nina is most likely opposed to Drew attempting to persuade Willow and her and Michael Corinthos' children to come in with him. Drew's statements come out as threatening. What does he believe he can do to ensure Nina loses her daughter? He could try telling her that he and Nina were hooking up, but that would undoubtedly backfire. Taking chances elsewhere, Trina Robinson speaks with Kai when he calls her to meet him, and she tells him, "See what happens when you take a chance?" Trina told Ava Jerome earlier that she didn't think she and Kai were going somewhere and that they were simply friends, but Ava could sense some interest. Perhaps Trina's remarks apply to her as much as to Kai. It appears that both Trina and Kai are watching what happens when they take a chance. Jordan Ashford and Portia Robinson are catching up, and Jordan admits to Portia that she is having trouble trusting the news. It's not hard to imagine Cyrus Renaud is the angel of mercy, and there may be a Crime Stoppers spot on television. However, Jordan may find it difficult to accept Jason is the primary suspect in Cyrus' disappearance, while Portia may not. However, when Jason initially returned to town, he was working with the FBI, albeit unwillingly, after being blackmailed by John Jagger Cates. Perhaps that left an effect on the wary Portia. Selena Wu is catching up with her nephew, Brad Cooper. He's evidently concerned about some obligation he owes and is discussing it with his Aunt Selena. She tells him that his due will be collected in some form, perhaps referring to a gambling debt. Selena and Brad hadn't worked in that high-stakes poker game in the Savoy basement in a long time, and Curtis Ashford wasn't interested in seeing them again. Brad is more concerned with preserving his job at GH than with working for her aunt's unlawful activities. Carly confronts Jack Brennan, and he appears surprised when she tells him, if this is a frame, it has to stop. Obviously, news has spread around Port Charles that Jason is the primary suspect in Cyrus' abduction and likely murder. And he's still being questioned at the PCPD. This shouldn't be public knowledge, let alone on the news. Carly and Brennan may be discussing their developing relationship, but it appears they are already on the edge of a serious argument. This does not augur well for a Jack-Lee relationship. The walls are closing in on Jason. Meanwhile, Anna Devane continues to question Jason in the PCPD, and she appears to be supposing him guilty before he can be proven innocent. He is outraged as he informs her that he was never at Cyrus' cabin and can prove it. Nevertheless, the forensic team discovered 2 of his hairs. It sounds like a frame, but Anna, of all people, shouldn't think they're his hair. How many times was Anna mistaken for her own late twin, Alex Devane? Just because Jason and Drew no longer look identical doesn't mean their DNA doesn't match, or is Brennan deliberately framing Jason? General Hospital spoilers, is Skye returning? General Hospital fans can't help but wonder if Skye will return. Fortunately, we have answers for you. General Hospital spoilers, is Skye returning? There is some suspicion that Skye will come just in time for Monica's burial. Some fans believe Skye may return simply to spend time with Sonny. Many people believe Kate and Sonny had chemistry, despite the fact that she disliked both him and Carly. It goes without saying that the internet was abuzz with speculation regarding Skye's return to Port Charles. Some critics even stated, "I want Skye back, but not with Sonny. She should try to get a spot back with the Qs and maybe have a small fling with someone at the hospital or something." Another critic added, "Skye forever. She is the connection that connects the entire ABC soap universe. I have adored her character since AMC with Cindy and Stuart. I'd like to have her back. I wish she was still a Q. We never did find out who her true father was. The unching of her was a waste of a plot that had been built up for years." There was also the following comment, "Oh, I would love for Skye to return. Ava's look is reminiscent of Skye's. Skye was stunningly attractive and well-dressed at all times. It would be fantastic if they brought her back, and yes, the same actress played her." General Hospital spoilers, what happens next in Port Charles? So yet, the show's creators have made no indication on whether or not they intend to bring the character back to Port Charles. This week's soap opera comings and goings include a massive exit, a large question mark, and actors returning. Here's the most recent casting news from the 4 daytime dramas, The Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, and The Young and the Restless. The week of February 24, 2025, find out if any of your favorite actors and actresses from the past are returning to the shows you watch, if any newcomers have been cast in contract, recurring, or day player roles, and if any popular performers are leaving. Jeff Kober, who played the deadly Cyrus Renault on General Hospital, has completed his role. Jocelyn shot him dead last Friday, ending the character's 5-year reign as the GH's mobster. Kober joined the soap in 2020 and received a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor in 2022. The future of longtime actor John Lindstrom, who has played Kevin Collins and his psychopathic twin Ryan Collins on and off since 1992, is unknown. Lindstrom has been cast as Joey Armstrong in the new CBS drama Beyond the Gates, which is set to film in Atlanta. As a result, his future as Laura's husband on General Hospital, which is filmed in Los Angeles, is unknown. Guy Wilson, best known for his role as Will Horton on Days of Our Lives, is temporarily filling in for Jonathan Jackson as Lucky Spencer. Wilson made his debut in The Job last week. No reason has been offered for Jackson's absence. Nevertheless, he is already back in the studio filming and will return to his role as Lucky later this month. Charlie Besso has landed the role of Aiden's boyfriend, Tobias. The daytime newbie, whose credits include The Calling, Will Trent, and Fallout, made his debut last week. Chris McKenna returns as Jack Brennan. On Tuesday, February 25, the WSB official discusses his blossoming friendship with Carly. The Young and the Restless, two missing Genoa City stalwarts, Sharon Case's Sharon and Michelle Stafford's Phyllis, mean more airtime for actor Connor Floyd, who plays Philip Chance Chancellor 4. The town's ace cop will be featured again this week on YNR as he leads the search for the missing women. Christian Weissman reprises his role as Remy Price, Elektra's former stalker, on The Bold and the Beautiful. The actor, who returned to the screen last week after a few weeks off, is set to appear on Monday, February 24th and Tuesday, February 25th. He'll have scenes with Lisa Yamada's homicidal Luna. Could a new villainous duo be on the soap's horizon? This week on Days of Our Lives, a mother-daughter combo returns. Stay tuned. Rachel Boyd returns as Sophia Choi, a pregnant adolescent. She will appear on Friday, February 28th, in scenes with Sherna Nielsen, who plays Amy Choi, her dominating mother. On the corporate level, Maggie Carney returns as Rita, EJ's trusty assistant at DiMera Enterprises. Look for the character to emerge on Wednesday, February 26th, when EJ asks her to deal with the unruly Arnold. Jason was arrested for murder. This week's General Hospital spoilers show that people are about to fall, one of them rather literally. Stella may have solved Curtis-Drew problem, Trina and Kai have a moment, and when Jason gets arrested for Cyrus murder, Jocelyn may be the only person who can clear his name. Curtis urged Stella to talk with her friend, Congressman Henderson, in the hopes of warning him about Drew, and she was more than willing to assist set up the meeting. She is now sharing an update from the hospital. "I think we have a way for you to take down Drew Quartermaine," Stella tells her nephew. "But will it be sufficient?" Trina and Kai are in the art gallery, creating paintings for their art lesson. Trina loses her balance when climbing a stepladder to reach her canvas and falls backwards, but Kai has excellent reflexes and makes the saving. As she lies safely in his arms, Trina locks eyes with Kai, and sparks fly. Jason may not have told Anna that he committed not to kill Cyrus until the PCPD could bring him to justice legally, but that was the commitment he made to himself and his family during Sam's funeral. Jason was arrested for Cyrus murder, despite the fact that he was attempting to reconcile with Drew at the time. "I did not do it," he insists to Diane as they sit in the interrogation room. Leaning forward, the attorney asks, "Who wants to frame you?" Brennan ensured that the crime scene was clean so that Jocelyn would not be held responsible for Cyrus' death, but she cannot allow the WSB chief to accuse Jason for the crime. "You have to do something," Joss tells Anna at the police station. "He did not do it." Anna, concerned, asks, "What makes you so sure? Is there any way for Jocelyn to clear Jason's name without ending up in prison? Willow has made many mistakes, and here's how General Hospital can redeem her." Can she be redeemed? Drew from General Hospital may be beyond redemption at this point. He lost his family and friends with good reason. No one likes Willow, but she may still have a chance at atonement. Willow is a terrible wife who prioritizes her children. She cheated on her first spouse Chase with Michael, then Drew. Willow has made many poor choices in her marriages, but she loves her children and has always been a decent mother. Wiley and Amelia's mother must continue to put their needs first. Michael may be in Germany having burn treatment, but he should be as involved as possible in their lives. She should reassure her children that Dad loves them and will return as soon as he is well. Drew cannot fill in for their father while he is away. Willow has stated that she may have a problem with hero worship. She is drawn to males who save her and believes Drew saved her life while she had cancer. In actuality, he was a minor component of a larger team that came to her aid. Willow and Michael's marriage is likely irreparable, and they will divorce. The biggest mistake she can do right now is to rapidly move on from her lover. It would be unhealthy for both the children and herself. It's time for her to focus on herself and perhaps learn to be alone for a spell before entering into another significant relationship. Willow made a fantastic opening move. Drew surprised her with a new house and the prospect of living with all the kids as one big happy family, but she declined. For the time being, she wants to stay with Nina. Her mother may not be perfect, but she understands how horrible Drew is for her daughter. It's time for Willow to gather her strength, prioritize her children's needs, and get rid of Drew. If she can achieve all of this, she might be able to turn the situation around. Do you believe Willow can be redeemed? Please let us know in the comments. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, February 25th. Jason vows to prove his innocence, Drew threatens Nina, and Carly warns Brennan. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, February 25th state that Jason Morgan will promise to establish his innocence, while Drew Quartermaine threatens Nina Reeves. Carly Spencer will also warn Jack Brennan, so this is what GH fans may expect. Nina will pay Drew an unwanted visit at his new house. Drew may confess Willow Corinthos turned down his offer to live together, but he remains hopeful that she will reconsider soon. Drew still sees a bright future with Willow by his side, so he'll threaten Nina in Tuesday's episode. Drew says Nina has two options, join the team or lose Willow. Even if Nina promises to reveal their fling and turn Willow against Drew, she risks damaging her own relationship with Willow. Drew may remind Nina of this and propose that the best thing she can do is to support Willow's relationship with him. Meanwhile, Trina Robinson will strengthen her bond with Kai Taylor by creating some artwork together. See what happens when you take a chance, Trina says in the promo video for Tuesday. Trina will be delighted that Kai is repaying the favor after she took a risk on him and his interests. It appears like Portia Robinson and Jordan Ashford will be discussing all of the latest Cyrus Renault updates. Jordan will remark that she is having difficulty believing the news, therefore she may be discussing Cyrus's permanent departure. Nonetheless, the cabin cleanup indicates that someone removed Cyrus from the map and covered their tracks. That's why Anna Devane questioned Jason, but he insisted he didn't take Cyrus out. Unfortunately, 2 hairs were discovered at the cabin that were a match for Jason. Jason will realize he's being framed, so he'll say he was never in Cyrus' cabin and pledge to prove it. Will Jason press Anna and Harrison Chase to talk to Drew? Although Drew may give Jason an alibi, that doesn't mean he'll speak the truth and help him. Alexis Davis will deliver a request to someone. Alexis may want Rick Lansing to stand up more for Molly Lansing Davis, or she may want him to do his best to keep Christina Corinthos Davis and Ava Jerome at peace. Unfortunately, Christina is going to start another round of confrontation with Ava later this week. Other General Hospital teasers indicate that Brad Cooper will receive Selena Wu's severe warning. Selena will insist that Brad's debt will be paid, no matter what. While Brad is concerned about Selena's scary side, Carly will be open and honest with Brennan. If this is a fling, Carly will warn that it must end. Brennan may concede that his sentiments have grown far beyond the point of being casual. Although Brennan did not intend to fall deeply for Carly, that is exactly what occurred. Of course, things are destined to get messy because Brennan has been secretly recruiting Jocelyn Jacks for the WSB, and he has now concealed the fact that she killed Cyrus. It also appears that Brennan set Jason up, so there are many tangled layers here that could come back to bite him with Carly. Our forecast suggests that Carly and Brennan may be on their way to a terrible split. Jocelyn will storm into the police station sometime this week and declare that Jason did not do it, leaving Anna to ask what makes her so certain that he did not wipe Cyrus off the map. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jocelyn will make a significant decision by midweek, so stay tuned. As everyone searches for Cyrus, the forensics report places Jason at the scene of the crime. Dante informs Sam's family that Cyrus has vanished, Martin and Laura regret not stopping their brother, and Kai is irritated by Quinn's actions. Ava and Rick are in her bed. She expresses gratitude for his presence but does not acknowledge his role in her custody arrangement. As he gets ready, he adds he knows his brother did not want to face him in court. Something clearly startled him. Dante surprises Alexis by bringing her daughters to her office. He confirms to them that Cyrus killed Sam. The detective tells what occurred to Liz and Lucky, and how Cyrus admitted to killing patients because he believed he was fulfilling God's will. Alexis feels confident that they will receive justice this time because they have Liz's affidavit. Dante explains that he has disappeared or something. Christina instantly begins whining that the legal system has failed. After Alexis is left alone, Rick arrives with documents for Diane. He suspects something is awry and worries for Molly. Reluctantly, she tells him that Cyrus murdered her daughter. He hugs her. Laura expresses gratitude to Felicia for all of her assistance to her family while in General Hospital. She simply wishes she hadn't crossed paths with Cyrus. Martin arrives. Felicia takes off, and the mayor speaks with Martin. They talk about what his brother did, and she says it's all true. The lawyer is sickened by what his brother tried to do to their own family. He wanted to think that he had changed and that his religious conversion was genuine. In a way, it was, she admits. She admits that she wanted to believe it too. Cyrus was poisoning her daughter. He's sicker than they knew, and he's killed a lot of Turning Woods patients, including Sam and Dex. She hopes to forgive her brother one day, but for now she wants him to burn. He recalls that his brother wanted to release their mother, and he had to fight him over it. He is worried that this news will kill his mother. Martin informs him about Jason threatening his brother and believes the cops are hunting for him. Laura cautions her brother that they are not secure if Cyrus is still out there. Martin concedes that it might be best if Jason takes care of Cyrus. At the PCPD, Anna informs Chase that her only lead on Cyrus is Jason. The cabin had no body and had been cleared of any evidence that Jason might have left. He had both the resources and the motive. If not him, who else could it have been? Jason and Sonny meet at Bobby's to discuss Cyrus. Jason claims that he did not kill himself. A year ago, it would have been, but he needed to consider what was best for Danny. Trina walks in to visit Joss and complains about her lack of communication. Joss believes she has lost her phone. Her pal suspects there's a problem and inquires about what happened last night. Joss confesses that she was merely missing Dex and went to his apartment. When her phone displayed a photo reminder of their past, she shattered it. She shifts the focus to Trina's rendezvous with Kai. Trina claims it was nothing special. They hug before she departs for work. Gio enters and apologizes to Joss for how passionate Emma was. She replies that's fine and she's glad they're pals. Sunny motions him over. Gio joins Sunny as Jason walks past Joss. She wishes to receive guidance in private. Anna calls him and sends him to the station. Jason says he'll catch up with Joss later. Felicia enters and informs Joss about Cyrus's missing status. Joss inquires as to if she has any information on his whereabouts. Felicia claims Anna is convinced he was killed and has already taken Jason in. Gio gives Sunny an update on how things are going at school and thanks him for all of his help. Sunny hands him an envelope containing money for a trip and then leaves. Outside, Molly and Christina are arguing about the legal system. Christina claims it failed her kid and nearly ended their relationship. She laments about the lack of justice and walks away. Sunny visits General Hospital to check on Laura. She informs him that Lucky is now stable. He is not surprised that her son is a hero. He derives his strength from her and his stubbornness from Luke. When Jason arrives to the PCPD, he informs Anna that Cyrus deserved to be killed, but he did not do so since she asked for a favor. She reveals that Cyrus' refuge was cleaned professionally. He assumes Cyrus was killed and the place was destroyed. She wonders who might have done it. In the workplace, Chase and Dante discuss Jason's arrival. The forensics report arrives, and Chase delivers it to Anna. He claims just 2 hairs were discovered in the cabin, and they are Jason's. Lois is taken aback at the Quartermaines when her daughter reveals that she told Chase everything about her child. No man had ever made her feel so loved, so she needed to be open with him. Chase remained calm and understanding, and they are now closer than before. They both agree that Chase is a unicorn. BLQ did not inform him that Dante is the father. Her mother confirms she made the correct decision. BLQ finally feels like she can leave the past behind her. When she says Chase asked whether she wanted to find her child, Gio appears. He appreciates how generous they have been to him. They feel more connected to him than nearly relatives. Kai and Quinn meet at the shack and discuss the Savoy. Quinn is not pleased to learn that he chose Trina. The girl is tiny, but if she stands by her attitude, she's 50 feet tall, he tells me. Kai claims Trina is not bringing him down, but rather aiding in his recovery. He is not impressed when his pal admits that he called Trina out for distracting him and injuring him. Kai claims it was an accident, and he still loves his teammates. Quinn is not convinced. His friend claims he has got to accept that there is more to life than football. Trina is preventing him from losing his sanity. They finish their lunch, and Kai warns him not to talk to Trina on his behalf again. Trina goes to Ava's and tells her about her wonderful date with Kai. She feels awful since Joss is in so much pain. Ava is pleased to realize that she is discussing her own pain in the past tense. Trina tries to downplay how much she means to Kai. He calls and says he has something he wants to show her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.